Hey y'all, welcome back to Measures of Hope. I am with a guest speaker today, my dear friend Virginia. She has been in my life for probably a decade or so
Yeah.
by now. It's been quite a while, and she's been such a good friend to me. And she has some incredible stories and experiences that I really wanted to bring to you. So I'm going to let her take it away.
Okay. Thanks, Melissa.
Yeah.
Thanks for the opportunity to share. So I'm going to share about foster care and what it looks like to be a foster parent, at least for us. And so, foster care wasn't something that I went into marriage or family thinking that's what we want to do. We're actually kind of pursuing the adoption route, maybe infant domestic adoption. And after continuing to have children, I was pregnant with our third, I remember, and was like, there's got to be another way because this is getting really expensive. And so I actually found about foster care online, and I was like, I wonder what this would look like.
That's
and
awesome.
Frank and I took that 8-week class to become a foster parent. And so that's available to anyone who's thinking about that. And I would encourage anyone who's said, maybe this foster care thing, maybe that's for me. And so if you go to the first meeting, it's all informational. There's no commitment. You can just go and hear about what it looks like to be a foster parent, what the needs are in your county. And so that's what we did. We went in with an open heart, open mind, and then we were pretty wrecked by the end of that first meeting, just because we heard Shelby County has over 1,200 kids in custody just in our city.
That's crazy.
That's more than any other county in the state of Tennessee.
Wow.
Even more than the next two combined.
Yeah.
And there's need for families to say yes to teenagers and sibling groups and bonus points if you speak Spanish. So we said, this is it. This is our calling. Whether it ends in adoption or not, this is what we're called to do.
Yeah.
So we finished the 8-week class. We did a home study. Basically, they come into your house, make sure that it's safe. They do health history, references, all those things. And once they've checked you out, then you are open for a placement. And so then they pretty quickly start calling you for placements. And our first placement was a 3-year-old boy and a 7-year-old. And actually, it was a 3-year-old girl, a 7-year-old boy.
Yes.
And our kids were 4, 2, and 3 months. So I basically went from having 2 kids to 5.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Yes.
And it was very rough. I mean, just hard. Foster care is hard. It's messy. You're dealing with lots of trauma, kids from hard places, and just a lot of adjustments in your routine. I mean, you kind of have your thing in your routine, and then enter in children, other children. And so it kind of throws everything up, but it's good. And it was one of the most rewarding things. And we had a village, and you were part of that village.
Yes.
And so I would encourage anyone who's also thinking about foster care to make sure that they have that support in place before entering into it. Absolutely. People who can bring meals, who can watch your kids, who can just come alongside you, listen, and just be there for you during those placements. So those children ended up going back to another family member. Then we got a call for a little baby boy, a Lebaner, who had a lot of medical needs, but we said yes. And
he's adorable.
2 years later, we actually adopted him into our forever family. He's now 4. And he's been with us since he was just like 3 weeks old. And so that's been pretty incredible. And so at that time, after we adopted Josiah, we had 5 kids, 9 and under. My caseworker was like, all right, we're closing this home. And we were like, no, just wait. We both felt like we could do more. We knew the needs in our county. We had another open room in our house. Our septic system was like, no more. But we were like, yes. So so we said, we can say yes to a teen girl. And it wasn't long before we got a call for 2 teen girls. They were sisters, and we were actually the last call that they were making before they were going to split them up, start back at the top of the list. And really just during that time, they'd spent 7 days in a DCS office in like emergency respite placements. Well, they actually slept in emergency respite placements, but it was like a different place every night. They just didn't know what their future held. It's a scary place to be. And so
absolutely.
Thankfully, we said yes, and they came into our home that day. And then very short 6 months later, we adopted them into our forever family. So now we have 7 kids between the ages of 4 and 19.
Yes.
And it's a full house. It's a fun house. And we still have our village and still need our village.
Yes,
just
absolutely.
To help us with everything. And so, I would just encourage you, if foster care is not a good fit for you right now, season of life or otherwise, find a foster family and just say, hey, can I bring you a meal tonight? Or let me watch your kids so you can go out on a date night. And those things mean so much. And it's desperately needed. Just to keep going. Yeah.
And if anybody has they want to get more information, where is there a website?
Yes.
Or
so there's a website. It's called fosteringtn.org. And there they talk about the rolling classes. There's always that 8-week class is just continually going, and you can jump in. And thank you, COVID, it's now all online. And so you can pretty much do all of your training classes online, and then you meet with someone who comes into your house. And so they've made it pretty simple to get through the process.
Oh, that's awesome. And with that many kids in our county alone that need a placement, it's great that they're making it easier for families to get involved. So if you would like more information, I'll put the link in the description of this video. Thank you so much.
Thank you for letting me share.
Yeah, absolutely. And please stay tuned, because Virginia is also part of some really amazing things that I'm going to share about in our next video. So I'll see you in a bit.
Bye.
Bye.